the real story behind Hye kyo's baby news buzz. Imagine a woman who, at 44, cuts her signature long locks into a daring pixie that somehow makes her look even more timeless, as if defying the calendar itself with every defiant strand. What secrets does Hye kyo whisper to the mirror each morning to stay this eternally, achingly beautiful? Just days ago, as confetti from her birthday celebration still lingered in the air, the actress unveiled a fresh, shorter hairstyle on set, sparking a fresh wave of awe across social media. Fans gasped at how the chop not only suited her sharp cheekbones and luminous skin, but seemed to peel back years, revealing the wide-eyed ingenue who first captivated us over 2 decades ago. It's the kind of transformation that feels less like a stylistic choice and more like a quiet rebellion, a visual manifesto against the relentless march of time that has tried, and failed, to dim her glow. I linger on those photos longer than I admit, tracing the soft curve of her jawline, wondering if this bold new look is her way of shedding old skins, rumors, heartbreaks, expectations, and stepping lighter into whatever chapter she's scripting next. That chapter, it turns out, is unfolding under the harsh lights of a 1960s broadcasting studio, where Hye kyo has been immersed since January, transforming into a character from an era when television was still a fledgling dream, full of smoky lounges, scripted romances, and the hidden machinations of fame. Slowly and intensely, the Netflix series she's headlining opposite Gong Yoo isn't just her latest project. It's a lavish $47.7 million epic spanning 22 episodes, penned by the legendary Hye kyo, who has a knack for dissecting the quiet fractures in human connections. Set against the backdrop of Korea's golden age of TV, it weaves tales of on-screen idols and the shadowy crew who pull their strings, exploring ambition's double-edged sword and the intoxicating pull of the spotlight. Early glimpses from the set paint a picture of camaraderie amid the chaos. Hye kyo and Gong Yoo, both masters of understated intensity, sharing stolen moments over desserts during breaks, sweet-tooth confessions that humanize these larger-than-life figures. Hyun joins them in the ensemble, bringing her effortless poise to what promises to be an ensemble of era-defining performances. Filming wrapped its initial phases amid whispers of a 2026 premiere, but the delay feels fitting. Stories this layered deserve time to simmer, much like the slow-burn tension Hye kyo is famous for. Watching the behind-the-scenes snippets, I feel a pang of envy for the crew. How must it be to witness her slip into character, her eyes shifting from playful to piercing, as if she's not just acting but alchemizing the air around her? Yet even as she pours herself into this demanding role, skipping the glitz of the Blue Dragon Film Awards red carpet last week because the schedule wouldn't bend, Hye kyo can't escape the gravitational pull of her past. The event, a glittering affair where old flames and new triumphs collide, became an unintended stage for viral moments when clips surfaced of her poised in the audience, her expression a masterclass in composed elegance, as ex-boyfriend Hyun Bin claimed his well-deserved win. They dated for 3 whirlwind years, starting in 2008, a romance that burned bright and brief, ending not with fireworks, but a gentle fade. Her reaction, subtle, a flicker of genuine pride mixed with the faintest shadow of what could have been, sent the internet into a frenzy, dissecting every micro-expression like forensic experts. Was it wistful? Amused? Utterly unbothered? In truth, it struck me as profoundly human, a nod to shared history without the weight of unresolved longing. At 44, she's no longer the wide-eyed starlet navigating love's early tempests. She's the survivor who has learned to applaud from afar, her heart a vault she guards with quiet ferocity. The buzz around potentially crossing paths with other exes, whispers of awkward nods in hallways, only amplified her queenly aura. She attended, she shone. She left on her terms, proving once again that presence alone can eclipse the room. This poise, hard-won and unyielding, stems from a life that's been as much tabloid fodder as triumph. Born on November 22, 1981, in Daegu, South Korea, she was scouted at 18 while modeling, her ethereal features launching her into a debut that would redefine Hallyu. Autumn in My Heart at 19 turned her into the nation's first heartbreak, her tear-streaked face etching itself into collective memory as the ultimate symbol of lost innocence. By 23, Full House paired her with Rain in a rom-com that swept Asia, blending slapstick charm with her innate grace, making her the face of a cultural export that would soon conquer the world. The 2000s were her empire-building years. All In showcased her dramatic depth opposite Lee Byung-hun, while echoes of Winter Sonata fame rippled through her career, cementing her as Bae Young-jun's on-screen muse, in spirit, if not always in fact. Then came The World That They Live In, a meta-drama about broadcasting that now feels eerily prescient for her current role, where she navigated the blurred lines between real and real with a vulnerability that felt confessional. Her 30s brought reinvention. That Winter the Wind Blows, at 32, was a gothic fever dream of deception and desire, her blindfolded gaze haunting long after credits rolled. At 35, Descendants of the Sun exploded her into global icon status, her Kang Mo-yeon a fierce surgeon in fatigues who stole scenes from war zones and rom-com tropes alike. It was there, amid scripted gunfire and helicopter rescues, that she met Song Joong-ki, her Captain Ri Myung-woo, all brooding heroism and boyish smiles. Their off-screen spark ignited in 2016, culminating in that October 2017 wedding, a sun-dappled ceremony in a glass-walled venue attended by 300 but felt by millions, dubbed Korea's fairy tale of the decade. Paparazzi swarmed, fans wept, and for 20 months they embodied perfection. Couple goals etched in honeyed interviews and coordinated airport looks. Then, June 2019, his divorce filing, a seismic shift that left the industry reeling. No public barbs, no leaked texts, just a mutual agreement shrouded in silence, fueling a bonfire of speculation. Was it the pressure of fame, irreconcilable schedules, or, as some armchair experts insisted, a fundamental clash over children? Him eager for heirs to anchor their whirlwind, her wisely advocating for stability first. The aftermath was a masterclass in public cruelty. Song Joong-ki, pilloried as the abrupt initiator, faced boycotts and online vitriol for abandoning her. Hye Kyo, painted as the stoic victim or scheming villain depending on the headline, endured baseless adultery tales that resurfaced like stubborn weeds. Anonymous blogs peddling photos of secret dates that dissolved under scrutiny. The child desire divide became lore, amplified by his swift pivot. January 2023 remarriage to Katie Louise Saunders, the British actress whose quiet strength mirrored his own. Their son arrived later that year, a bundle of joy paraded in subtle family snapshots, stroller walks in European cobblestone streets, her cradling him against sunsets. By 2024, a daughter joined, completing a portrait of domestic bliss that contrasted sharply with Hye Kyo's solo silhouette. He's spoken glowingly of fatherhood's redemptive joys, how it grounds him amid blockbuster schedules like My Name is Lo Ki-wan and Space Sweepers. She, meanwhile, has channeled that solitude into alchemy. The glory, at 41, was her phoenix moment. Moon Dong-eun, a razor-sharp Avenger whose icy precision masked volcanic rage, earning her international acclaim and a Netflix deal that sealed her as K-drama royalty. But 2025 has brought a tender reckoning. In January, for the first time, she broke her silence on the rumor mill's toll, those malicious and insulting whispers that chipped at her spirit post-divorce. In a rare interview, she spoke of the heartbreak, not as defeat, but as forge fire, tempering her resolve. Ask the person who hurt you why, but more importantly, ask yourself what you deserve. It was raw, resonant, a balm for fans who'd watched her weather storms with superhuman grace. Lighter notes followed. August saw awkward dating buzz with singer Sun Ho-young, sparked by innocent friendship photos from a charity event. He laughed it off in a candid chat, calling her like a sister and regretting the fallout that strained their bond. Clickbait headlines screamed of secret Paris weddings with Lee Min-ho. Pure fiction, of course, the kind of fever dream fanfic that thrives on her allure. But they only underscored her untouchable status. And then her birthday, November 22nd. A low-key affair amplified by fan love. She shared Instagram glimpses, candid shots with Filipino star Ann Curtis from past collabs, a nod to cross-cultural sisterhood. Her smile unforced, eyes crinkling with the kind of joy that doesn't need spotlights. Fans flooded her with tributes, from virtual cakes to real-world deliveries. One agency even sent balloons and blooms that brightened her dressing room mid-shoot. Beyond the glamour, there's philanthropy threading through it all, a quiet constant. This year, she teamed with a university professor to donate 10,000 Korean history guidebooks to schools in Mexico, bridging cultures with the same generosity that saw her hold her friend's baby in that viral photo. It's these off-script acts that reveal her core. Not the ice queen of rumors, but a woman who gives without fanfare, who mentors young actresses on set with the wisdom of someone who's navigated fame's labyrinth blindfolded. As slowly and intensely barrels toward completion, rumors swirl of intense chemistry with Gong Yoo, their shared scenes crackling with that rare, unspoken rapport. I can't help but muse on the irony. A drama about the illusions of show business, starring the woman who spent her life dismantling them in real time. Will it mirror her own journey, the slow build to intense revelation? Or will it simply remind us that behind every icon is a narrative she's authoring alone, page by deliberate page? In quieter moments, revisiting that old baby-holding photo, I see not just tenderness, but foresight. The way her arms formed a protective cradle, as if practicing for futures unwritten. The rumor it birthed was fleeting, a digital ghost dispersed by truth. But it lingers in me as a symbol of what we project onto her, our hopes for her healing, her wholeness. Song Joong-ki thrives in his family haven, a testament to paths diverging without diminishment. She, single and soaring, commands sets and screens with a ferocity that's only deepened. At 44, with a haircut that screams reinvention and a role that excavates the soul of stardom, Song Hye Kyo isn't just enduring, she's evolving, a constellation charting courses we can only admire from afar. And if her story teaches anything, it's this. The most captivating tales aren't rushed. They unfold slowly, intensely, in the light she chooses to cast. Here's to the woman who, against all odds, keeps rewriting the ending, one breathtaking frame at a time.